everybody's having a good day out there. I have a completely different video for you this time, and if you're not interested in scouting or the history of scouting, then this may not be the video for you. I have a number of subscribers that were Boy Scouts or were in the scouting program or still maybe currently in the program. As many of you know, I was a Boy Scout for many years, from around 1985-86 till 1993, and then was an assistant scoutmaster of many in the troop until like a couple years after 93, maybe 96 is when I kind of retired from scouting, and then a number of years later the building got demolished and there's no more scout hall or meeting place, and so I lost all track of that. But I do go to what they call Trade-o-rees and a few things, and I still collect patches that I enjoy or never was able to get. What you see on the screen here is the 1989 National Scout Jamboree. One of the only kids in our entire troop ponied up the money for that Jamboree. It was quite expensive to go to that, and I always wished I could have gone to one of those. I didn't know anything about patch trading until I was almost out of scouts, and by that time not knowing anything, so all the patches that I had gotten through my scouting experience were ones that I earned. But now I'll show you some that I have previously gotten. Well, before we get into the big package I have here, I wanted to say that I purchased a small collection of National and World Jamboree memorabilia, and I will show you some other slightly less interesting patches. I collect these. These are probably catalog designs that you could order, and then and that's why there's so many variants of these. Now I don't know how many there are, but these are just something I started collecting. The first one is the Overland Trail Spring Camporee from 1986. I have actually about 6 patches of that design with a trail and the 2 trees. And this is one of my more favorite designs here, the Scout Skill Craft design. This is the oldest one I have from the Essex Council, 1982 to 1983 training. That was for some sort of event. I also have the 1987 Last Frontier Council Camporee, Scout Skillcraft from 1987. I'm trying to collect every one of those designs. Now if it's over $5, I will not buy it. I usually like to stay in the $2 or $3 range. There's one on eBay right now that's about $12, and for an event patch such as this, that's about 3 times the actual value of it, so it's not really something I'm going to grab unless it's 75% off. And the last one we have here is the Horseshoe Trail District 1984 Fall Webelos Weekend. It's a Cub Scouting patch, but that's okay. The design was used for Boy Scouts as well, and it's got the 3 raccoons in the tree, and I have about 6 or 7 of those. So this came in the legal size envelope priority mailer, and I've never seen that envelope before. I did not ever know that existed, this kind. So we'll just poke this open. I have not seen any of this stuff here other than the pictures. So let's see, rip this open here. Again, I did not get to go to any Jamboree. Some of this stuff is just for my collection. Some of it might actually be used if I'm to be so lucky. Okay, let's just pull all of this out of here. There's about, I think, 17 or 18 items here. Make sure the envelope is empty, and it is empty. Okay, there's the sheet of paper that tells me, and it's telling me about a monster Trade-o-ree, August 2020, August 1st to the 3rd. That's next year. Where is that? Oh, that's in Michigan. Well, unless I'm visiting my uncle in Michigan. So we'll start off with one of the big items here. This is a, oops. Let's see, there's a note in here to make sure. Okay, that note. This is a t-shirt, which I've actually had before. The one I had was used. This is a large World Jamboree from 1983, and I believe my troop went to that 2 years or 3 years before. Well, many years before I was in the troop, about 3 or 4 years before I joined the troop, and they went to this and had quite the weird experience there. I don't want to go into it, but that was kind of a different thing. I heard about it. So let's open up the bag here. That's a large. I'd probably be able to wear that one. And the one I threw away, it just had some glue spots on it. This other shirt here is what they call a ringer t-shirt. This is also supposedly a large. And this one here a little spot on the top of it, but you can expect that for a shirt from 1981. This is a nice blue National Scout Jamboree 1981 shirt, unused, in unused condition, or virtually unused condition. And like I said, there's some old staining there from a while ago, but there's nothing a wash could do. These shirts are quite valuable these days, except for the fact that it's got the National Scout Jamboree on it. If it had some sort of rock band on there, then I would not be. I think that was a whopping $6 or something for that. And now we've got one more shirt here. And this one here is the 1988 World Jamboree. This one I just bought because I just liked the design. I thought it was cool. I'm not going to be able to wear it or anything, but I just thought it was a cool thing to put in my collection here. This is a little dinky size shirt. As far as I know, I won't be able to wear that. This is the Australia Jamboree. And the neat thing about it is that it also has some stuff on the back here. Say good day at Sub Camp 4. So that's kind of a cool collectible. These things actually hold some sort of value in the collecting group, because you'd have to go 1,000 some miles to 5,000 miles to go get that. Alright, now let's get to the small stuff here, and this should be all of it right here. So I have a pin here from, like I said, I think all of this except for one item is World Jamboree and National Jamboree. Protect Archaeology 1989 National Scout Jamboree. Save the past for the future. So that's kind of cool, and that kind of goes with every collecting group that you have. Save the past for the future. So that's a pretty neat pin there, just a regular button there. This one here we will not be able to see on screen. This has got, I forget even what Jamboree this is. I won't even be able to read this. I think this is a 1989 Jamboree, and it's a elongated penny there, so that's kind of cool. Some people collect those. I have a few, but I usually had somebody I gave them off to, and that's probably one of the few I still have now, so that's kind of neat. I had to have this, the 2001 new National Jamboree Hammerstone Scout Museum exhibit staff, and this is a space shuttle, and you know I collect space memorabilia there, and that was really cool to have that one. That's really nice to have that one. Now this one was listed as, and it looked like it was a square patch, but it's actually some sort of trapezoid or whatever. This is 1971 Nippon. It's a Japanese patch here, and it was listed as unofficial for this one here. This one here, and I just thought it was a neat kind of felt type patch. So I thought that was cool, and it's from 1971, so we're getting kind of older there. This one here has a special meaning here because I actually went to this camp. Unfortunately, I think there's some sort of a old spot or stain on it. I did not know that when I was getting this, but you know the price was alright, so I'm not going to worry about it. And I was missing 1973 Camp Pioneer. Now I did not go to 73 because I was not born yet, but that's just a cool patch to have for your collection. There's the back of it there. The stain unfortunately does not show up in the back, just on the front, like right where my thumb is right there. But I did not have that one, and there's not another one on the internet as far as I know. And that was the camp I went to in the 80s and a little bit of the 90s. So these are little trading card type things here. This is an advertisement for Boys Life. Some sort of a little this is circa 2010 or something. I think it's from 2010. Don't quote me on that one, but there's a little Boys Life trading card there, so that's kind of cool. Nothing really super valuable there. We have the Great American Explorers, and I didn't realize this came as a set, so I can probably go and find the set here. This is Richard Weiss. He's some sort of explorer here. I wished I could find out where he's at currently. Maybe I could get him to autograph that 2005 National Jamboree set card there. I think they call them pocket cards. A little bit bigger than a baseball card by that much, so there's that. Here is a 1987-1988 World Jamboree Australia sticker. I hadn't seen that version. I usually see there's another one I see out there all the time, though that's really pretty neat to have that one. It was not expensive for that one at all. One of the things I collect are envelopes. This one unfortunately got damaged on the end of it. I don't know what happened, maybe during the mailing or somehow. It looks like an old staple hole there. 1981 National Scout Jamboree, AP Hill, Virginia. So you have to realize some of this will have wear or storage wear from being so old. This is 1981. from the Jamboree station, so it was canceled at National Jamboree, so that's kind of neat. They're not super valuable. Some people put $6 or $7 on these. I think I got it for half of that. This is SSI, Scouts on Stamp Society International. You'll see that quite often. And there's the back of it, and there's the front of it again. And I'm sure there's more of them. This one here is subcamp number. This is a luggage tag or something. This is the 1981 Scout Jamboree as well. There's many of these you can collect. This is number 63. I just picked a random one. This is Southeast Region Headquarters, so that's pretty neat. There's probably somebody out there with a big stack of these things, probably 100, 200, 300, and doling them out at a few dollars at a time. I believe we're down to the last two items here. This is the National Jamboree in the United Kingdom, and where is this at? 2007, Highlands Park, Chelmsford, Essex, UK, and this is a postcard from 2007. So that's pretty neat to have there, and there's a bunch of scouts there acting like just regular kids there, doing kid type things. That's cool. Crazy teenagers, and there's the back of it. And the last thing we have here is a program guide for the World Jamboree of 1987-88. And that's cool. That's again the Australia one. That's pretty neat to have that one. I've got a bookcase of scouting related books. Again, this is not rare because everybody in the world went to a jamboree of some kind and brought back all kinds of stuff. In fact, they made stuff for the jamboree, and probably when the event was over, people had big piles of it to take home or do what they wanted with, and eventually got to the world market like I did. Now, I did not buy this on eBay. I went to a specific site for this particular type of stuff, and I got a really good deal on it. It was almost 50% off. And it's all very well presented in all these little baggies here. I mean, it's got to cost money for those too. And some of that stuff will go back in there. I have more Jamboree stuff. I just all kind of in a Foot Locker right now, all kind of disheveled. I will make a display for some of this stuff here. I might even frame some of the stickers and some of the patches. But anyway, so that is really cool to have all that stuff. I'll double check my list of everything got here. Let's see if there's anything else in here in the bag. Nope. And hope you enjoyed that, and thank you for watching.